Yeah.
Organized sounds like afrobeats and amapiano mixed together. Afrobeats, not like Fela's
like the
afrobeats,
Fela afrobeats,
and amapiano mixed together. I don't know how someone is thinking about that. I don't know what you were smoking. I don't know what you were eating. I'm like, who is this guy? How you doing, bro?
I'm cool.
How's your day going?
Very well.
How booked are you right now?
Overbooked.
Did you ever think you were going to get here though?
I mean, it's what I've always wanted, and I've always been working for it. But thank God we're here.
So when you say overbooked, what does it look like for you between now and the end of the year?
If care is not taken, I might work every day of the week till the end of the year.
Well, how do you then rest?
I can't find a way to rest at the end because I'm actually used to the 9 to 9 thing, not 9 to 5, 9 to 9. Every day I wake up, I'm already in the studio by 9 latest, and I leave the studio by 9 at night. Go to rest, I wake up. If I don't do anything, I feel like I'm useless.
Wow.
So I'm always working.
How many beats can you make? What's the highest number of beats you made in a day?
Sometimes completely 5, sometimes incompletely. I might have more than that, or maybe still 5.
So you can't make 70 beats in a week like So Sick?
I don't know. Let's leave that for
You remember where that's from?
Yeah. 70 beats in a week.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like this year has been as much yours as it's been Asake's here. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
But do you think producers need to do for them to be as appreciated as artists?
To be appreciated
as artists. In terms of the same, maybe it can never be the same.
Yeah.
You understand? But in terms of getting the name to a place where people are talking about it in the same way or as much sometimes.
I don't know if I'm right, but I feel like if an artist is doing like an 100% job to get recognized for something, I feel like the producer has to do like a 300% job to get that recognition. Yeah.
So that means making their own music,
just
more PR, or visibility, branding?
I don't know particularly, but whatever it is you are doing, just
do it well.
Multiply it. Yeah, multiply it.
That's a lot of work though.
Yeah.
I messed with production at some point, but I quit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. I quit because I felt like the producer's lifespan is not the longest, but I was wrong. You understand? The best ones really stand the test of time.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Yeah.
Like, for some, it's maybe people like P Prime from when they are young, they shoot up.
Yeah.
Or for some people, they are here, but when they hit that level, they hit and they stay here for a while. Look at you, for example. It's been a third year.
Yeah.
They've been operating at a certain level.
Yeah.
Right? Would I be wrong if I said that?
Yeah, you're very wrong.
I think your first hit was Nobody, right?
Yeah, that was 2020 or
2020, early 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did that happen? Because I think we were producing for Neptune at the start. That's why a lot of people knew.
Yeah, Neptune was one of the first people that put me on, allowed me to showcase my talent to the world.
How did you meet him?
I met him through J Pizzo. That's the first producer that put me on, actually.
Oh, J Pizzo?
Yeah. So I was just this normal guy that was just doing my production somewhere in Ikorodu. So I get to meet J Pizzo.
Shout out to Ikorodu.
Shout out to the people in Ikorodu. So J Pizzo was the first person that like brought me to the island, and it was like, okay, so I started from his BQ, actually. Yeah, so he gave me space in his BQ. I was producing all that. So he connected me to Neptune at the time. And he's like, okay, this guy is good, try and work with him. Then Neptune gave me a shot. And me and Neptune started working over and over.
Bro, J Pizzo gave you a space in his BQ.
Yeah.
Were you living at home at the time still?
I left home a long time ago. I was in the streets.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like before I now got admission to Ikorodu, it was school that took me to Ikorodu, Lagos State Polytechnic.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, but did you finish at Lagos State Polytechnic?
I did my ND.
Just ended 2 years?
Yeah.
And then, what did you study?
Computer science. It was 3 years because it was part-time.
Oh, so you just finished it on time?
Yeah.
Bro. So what, let me gather my thoughts so I don't bother you with so much questions. Where did you grow up?
Ogun State, Songwater.
Oh, but still Lagos, right?
Yeah.
And then how many parents, what's family of what? Family
5. I'm the firstborn.
You're the first child, so you have 4 siblings.
Yeah.
When did you start making music?
Professionally 2013. But I was DJing before then.
Oh.
Yeah.
DJ, do you still DJ?
I was DJing from 2009 to that 2012. Then I transitioned into music production.
It feels like people that really succeed, it's the rule of 10,000 hours. You know what that rule is?
No?
The rule is anybody that's going to succeed at something must have put in the 10,000 hours. Do you understand? It's not exactly literally 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
But it's like you must put in the work, learn the nitty-gritty of the things you're doing.
Yeah.
So it means that no success is a coincidence.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, you have to work for it actually.
Yeah. It feels like that. But do you still DJ now?
Yeah, I still do.
I get cash, get paid for it.
Well, we're about to get more cash now.
My brother. Talk your shit, my brother. I did for you. Let's go forward to but where I've been a fan. I think Neptune, I think he produced on Greatness the first album.
Yeah,
he produced on Greatness the first album.
Yeah.
I like Nobody, but the moment that really stood out for me with you was when he produced for Ryan Mo.
Oh really? Which of the records?
Belema.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the record. That was a record where I was like, yeah. That was when I tweeted something that this guy is coming for everybody. I tweeted it to 2020 after I heard that record. That you niggas have to seek this guy out.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's still on Twitter. Because all the crowd vocals thing was on that record.
Yeah, that's
crowd vocals on that record.
Yeah.
Right? All these things everybody's doing, the layered vocals, everything was on that record.
Yeah.
But were you playing instruments as a child or something?
Yeah, I played drums.
Just drums?
Yeah, when I was in church, it was just the drums. A little bit of piano though.
Yeah.
But not professionally.
But on this Asake album, just sorry to jump a little bit further forward, it felt like your music grew as well.
Yeah.
Like you've been good, but you hit another level on this album, right? I'm sorry to sound like this because I'm excited. It felt like sometimes you were not walking on the floor. Do you understand? Like you felt like you're walking on air. That's how the work felt sometimes. Because as someone that's produced before, I can't understand the way you produce a record like Organize. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Organize sounds like afrobeats and amapiano mixed together. Afrobeats, not like Fela's
like
afrobeats,
yeah.
and amapiano mixed together. Yeah. I don't know how someone is thinking about that. I don't know what you were smoking. I don't know what you were eating. I'm like, who is this guy? What were you thinking when you are producing a record like that?
Organize. Okay, actually, me and Asake just wanted to bring up a different piece, like something. You know, normally we've been infusing the amapiano to
with a lot of things.
So, but this time we're just like, okay, let's go a little bit deeper than we do. So we infuse amapiano. The shaker is obviously the amapiano shaker. The percussion is still amapiano percussion. But if you notice the instruments like the sax, the progression and everything, yeah.
Who played the sax?
The sax was played by Goki. He's a friend of mine, yeah. Goki sax. He played the sax.
So is it that you are the one that has the idea of what the song needs before you call someone to come and play it?
Yeah. Most times I you know, it's actually hard to like let people know what you have in your head, but somehow I find a way to like make because I work with instrumentalists. Like because I like to work with creatives, not just my idea bring up your idea, bring up your let's produce it. So I find a way to like make them understand where I'm coming from, where the vision is coming from, and then intend to get it. Okay,
let's go a little bit forward. We'll come back to this. So you produced for Ryan Normal, right? I felt like that was like the turning point. What was the difference between working with a Ryan Normal and working with a Neptune?
Working with Ryan Omo.
Yeah.
You know, Neptune is a DJ. He's an artist too. Yeah. He brings in more people into the record. Yeah. Like could combine records in different ways. But working with Ryan Omo is working with one artist. I don't know. The creative process is actually different. I don't know how to like put it together. It's actually two different things. Yeah.
I get what you mean. But what would you say is a key differentiator between both? Because the music is totally different. Yeah,
the music is different. I'm the only common thing they are different as well. Exactly. I think they are the difference. Yeah.
So they bring different elements. So how is the creative process for you? Like, is it that you see the artist, you talk to them, and then you go and make the music that they might like?
Yeah, I like to conversate with the artists. I like to listen to their previous records. Sometimes I like to know where they are coming from and understand where they are aiming at. So once you let me know, then most times I like to go create, then come to you with what I've created for you in particular. Most times I make beats for people in part. I don't just make the beat randomly and send you request for something. I ask you, what do you want? You explain to me, then I go into the studio. I take my time. I use like a week before I get back to you. I'm going to make so many different kind of stuffs, then I get back to you, then we work. And most times you work, you always have, at the end of the day, you always have like 3-4 records from the past.
From that past?
Yeah.
Let's go a little bit further back. When did you start producing it?
2013.
What led you into it? What led you into music production? Because you're a DJ.
I've always loved music production, like from way back, because my dad was a DJ too.
Oh.
Yeah, my dad was a DJ. So I've always been going to him that I want to learn production. There was a time he even took me to a producer in Abeokuta back then. Then the producer told me to go learn computer engineering. Because if there's a situation whereby my system is faulty, I can easily
fix it by yourself.
I went to learn computer engineering. Then I felt from there I discovered, okay, maybe I still want to go to school a little bit. Then my boss then told me to study computer science since I've already studied the hardware. Go to school to study science. I went to school to study science. Met JPZ, the whole thing just.
So do you fix your stuff by yourself now?
Yeah, not everything. Not when it comes to the board program.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Oh, so you didn't learn the part of the board program?
No, I did, but I wasn't focused on that. You know, the old school process music and everything. Yeah. But I can still learn some things.
So you were telling me about your fan production.
Yeah, so I've always been going to him. So he took me to this guy, and after the whole process, I actually didn't see anybody I could like go to. The whole movement was just somehow. So I started going to. I went to make a research, and they told me that the name of the software they use in making beats is Fruity Loop. Yeah. So I went to Ikeja there, Computer Village. I went to buy the software, and I started.
Which version?
I think it was 7. The first one I got was 7. Then I got 9 after.
What year was that?
I think this is around 2010, 11, buying the software.
Yeah, it must have been around that time.
Yeah. So I started learning on my own. Actually, I started refixing people's songs. I would download your song, try to change the beats. That was how I started before trying to play instrument, and also that was how I started before. I think I was good to some points before I met JPZ. And JPZ is this house kind of producer. He loves house beats. So I kind of like, while I was with him, I kind of like got the whole house vibe from it, the whole club thing.
But what were you listening to as a child though?
Everything my dad was playing, from Tupac to all those old school raps to African music to Babara.
Yeah.
To Ayefele.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's Yoruba, so all those records was.
Any Fuji?
Yeah, sure. I think he listens to, is it? I think it was Said Oshupa or something. Then they were older men, Barista and all these people. So everything was playing actually, because he's always playing every day.
So what made you leave the house?
I think I'm stubborn.
Was it a fight?
No. I just don't buy the idea of being with my parents for that long. After secondary school, I just like, I want to leave this house. At some point, they didn't want me to. I had to run away from home in my secondary school actually. Oh. Somewhere or the other, they found me, tied me, and returned me home.
Tied?
So, yeah. So I had to actually, because I was so stubborn. So I had to like sit them down at a point and like, I want to enter the street and go and look for my own. Let me just go and figure it out and come back. And that stubborn boy now is not
my brother.
The pride of the family.
How does your dad feel now that you're a music producer? He was a DJ. Do you guys have conversations?
Yeah, sure.
What was the last thing you spoke about, like in terms of life stuff?
He's always warning me about women, cautioning.
But do you listen?
Yeah, I do.
Are you sure?
I'm scared of women. I don't want to offend them.
Fair enough, actually. Let's go back to the idea of the music. My idea, I really want to understand the kind of music you listen to now, because people don't pick music from phantom places. You have to pick them from something. For example, on Peace Be Unto You, there was a lot of violence.
Yeah.
There were horns, saxophones on Organized, for example. On Palazzo, people couldn't tell. Some people call it amapiano, some people say that's hip hop influences, that's Fuji influences. Yeah. What is the thing that, what's the last album you played?
The last album
that you played?
Before?
No, generally, in life.
Mr. Money with the Vibe.
Mr. Money with the Vibe.
Yeah.
What other things do you listen to in life, like types of music now?
I listen to house music.
House?
Yeah, deep house, afro house. You know, there are different genres here, so I listen to all house particularly. Anything that makes your speaker moves, you know. I listen to high tempo music, basically. Amapiano, all those kind of sounds.
But do you think you can produce? Do you think you would be interested in producing like R&B for people?
Yeah, I do make all kinds of music actually. Yeah, I make all kinds of music. I mean, there's a track on Mr. Money with the Vibe featuring Ross. That wasn't a
Nah, reason.
Right? Yeah,
that's Afro swing.
Yeah, so there are more genres I make too.
Yeah.
I can actually make alternative sounds, trap, anything you bring to me, true, depending on what the artist wants.
And you figure it out.
Yeah.
What was one time that you surprised yourself generally, in terms of the things you make?
I think I didn't surprise myself. Someone actually made me surprised, and that was Badu.
Oh, shout out to Badu, bro.
Shout out to
Badu.
That was Badu. You know when you be in your own space and you just keep doing. You know you're good. You know you're trying. Yeah, you don't know you good, but you know you're trying. At least you keep doing your best, bro. And then you meet this person. I've been looking for Badu for a very long time, and through Asake, this actually happens, and he actually gave me this platform. He gave me the opportunity.
Badu.
Yeah, like. If it wasn't Badu, like if he had said, okay, you wanted Asake to work with like so many other people on the album, so he believed and he gave me that chance. And after the whole album, when he was listening again and he was like telling me how great the job was, that was when I actually like believed in myself. That okay, I think I know what I'm doing now.
So you were not as confident as before?
I wasn't that confident. I wasn't that confident. Not you know. Production, mixing, mastering.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, so doing that all alone.
Oh, you mix and master the entire album as well? I mix
and master the whole album, everything. So doing that all alone I was scared at first. So the project was out and everybody was like, I was like, oh, okay.
So when did you learn the mix and master part?
I still did on my own because I noticed. No offense to the mixing and mastering engineers, but I noticed.
Talk it. I want you to knock them.
I noticed most times when I send my project out to them, the master they send back is like, it's always like they take the emotion out of the sweetness out of the mix, and also I'm like, yo, fuck it, let me just do it. And the artists are always like, they prefer this reference like to the mixing and mastering and everything. So I'm like, okay, let me just do this. Man.
I like that part that you touched on, the emotion. I feel like a lot of people don't understand. They use the same approach to mix every record.
And one thing people don't understand is, as the producer here, you are the one that understands the sound. You know what you want it to sound like. You know how I want this frequency of this instrument to be, how I want this snare to hit them out. But the engineer doesn't really understand. You just send him the snares and he wants to arrange the whole things to how he feels like it should sound, and that's a problem to the producer.
The one person that I would bank on in terms of understanding what is necessary is a guy called Afrobeats. Do you know Afrobeats?
I really love
exactly. He's the guy that, regardless of whatever he's mixing, he gets the best out. I don't know. So that's the same way I felt about you people about the Asake album. The mix, like everything is balanced, right? Nobody's, and then wherever the emotions were meant to come in. For example, maybe a part where like there was a way it ascended over the beats. I don't know how you did that. There was a way it ascended and it felt like a Fuji record in that moment, and then it moved on. And people don't get that, and it frustrates me so much about this industry. I feel like a lot of people need to go back to school and then mix, master. I don't know.
I feel like they just have to like talk to the creatives more and understand where they're coming from before actually going into mixing and mastering or actually doing their own thing on the record. Because when you have a conversation with the producer and it's like, okay, I already made the beat how I want it to. You know, okay, you don't have to touch this beat. I don't have to touch this element. Okay, I just want you to work on the vocals and make it more clear. Okay, this snare, I feel like I want you to increase. Do you get? But most times the engineers just take up the project. Sometimes the artists don't even connect the producer to the engineer. The engineer just do their own thing and they now keep going back and forth.
That's a lesson.
Yeah.
So conversations are necessary.
Yeah, very necessary.
I feel like sometimes a lot of artists also don't know what they want.
Sometimes. So.
Yeah, they don't know what they want, so they just dump it on the engineers, and the engineers doesn't want to do. Yeah. Anyway, so how did you learn yours? Mix and master.
Mixing and mastering. Yeah. I didn't learn it also. I was just doing it on my own, and people were liking it.
When was the first time you did it?
I think it was on a Ryan's project. Belema.
That was the first time?
Yeah.
No, that mix was clean.
Wow.
No, that mix was clean.
That was the first
record.
That
mix was really good.
That was the first record.
But the voice, was it computer generated or human vocals?
That was Ryan's voice. Yeah.
But then you doubled it.
He has a very high pitch.
So you then doubled it.
Yeah,
you increased the number of presence.
It took quite a lot of time. So different takes. Yeah. That's the work of the artist. That's the work of the artist.
So the crowd vocals thing. Let's talk about you and Asake now.
Yeah.
When did you meet Asake?
2019.
Where?
I met him through Sydney Tucker. They came to the studio to master Lady. Yeah. I think that was their record together. Yeah. That was how I met him. And from then we started working.
The first record you produced for him was
Mr.
Money.
Yeah.
There's a difference between Mr. Money and the Asake of Omokwe.
Yeah.
A little difference, no matter how it was, there's a difference. What did you notice a shift, or did you guys just grow together?
I think we grew. Both on both sides.
What was the biggest difference though? Like what would you if you were to mention like the mindset of Mr. Money, you at the time and Asake at the time, and then Omokwe, you and Asake at the start of when was Omokwe recorded?
I think it dropped early this year, so it was recorded late last year.
Late last year?
Yeah.
There was a difference?
Yeah.
What would you say was the biggest difference?
I think Mr. Money is more like we're trying to find that sound. And Omokwe is like, yeah, this is the sound. Because everything we did in Omokwe, we tried to do in Mr. Money. Yeah. But it wasn't sounding as it was on Omokwe. So that time difference is just the time we use in advancing ourselves and improving on both sides.
Yeah. Are you nervous going forward?
I'm not nervous.
I'm
not nervous. I'm just waiting for greater things to come.
What would be the highest in terms of the dream for you? What's the biggest dream?
I just want to produce that record for Drake first, then let me know what's next. Yo, Drake, I'm looking for you, man.
Talking to the camera.
I'm looking for you, bro.
Bro, plug it though. You just never know. Drake is looking for new sounds now. You just never know.
I remember last year when I was writing on my board, because I have this board I write on, like I want to work with this artist, I want to work with this artist. Everything I wrote on that board, I've done it apart from Drake. So I'm waiting for Drake.
What were the other things on that board?
I wrote working with Badu, working with Yeez, working with David, like everybody in their game at the top.
And you work with everybody?
I've worked with everybody actually.
Bro, nice one. I love that. I love when people can achieve this. So you set targets every time outside the year?
Yeah, so it's just Drake that is remaining, and the year is almost over, but anyways, we can.
I mean, you're traveling very soon.
Yeah, anything is possible.
Who was before the crowd vocals part, right?
Yeah.
Whose idea was it in terms of the Asake's music?
The thing is, we've done this too much that I can't even remember how we started it.
Yeah. You can't remember?
Being sincere, I can't even remember how we started it. But you remember you said you noticed this on Belema also. Yeah. So I think I've actually been doing it for a long time. Just that it gets. It
was on Nobody as well.
Yeah, it gets advanced every time. So that's just the thing. So it was just a point whereby it was at that advancement and the level of Asake confidence to go like 1,000 over 100, and the energy just kind of like make that unique sound. The thing is, even when I give that sound to like other artists, it's not like they can't do that. They are going to do their thing, but it's obviously not going to sound Asake.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the uniqueness.
Yeah. The crowd vocals on the intro to Mr. Money with the Vibe, was it people?
Yeah, that was a choir.
That was a choir.
Yeah, that was a choir.
Wait, did you guys pay these guys before you get into the video, or they also get like splits?
That part, I think I don't know nothing about. That part is between the management and the choirs.
Yeah, but who sourced them? You?
Asake.
He sourced them.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys just met at the right time.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all. Like
that's all I've been saying.
Yeah. You guys just met at the right time and everything just worked out.
Yeah.
So what's the toughest record to make on Mr. Money with the Vibe?
Joa.
Huh? Okay, because you had to remake it.
No, because he didn't play me Joa. He just sang it to me. And when they want me to, when we're in the creative process, he sampled it, just like, listen to this. That's how I want it to sound. Like that's how I want the percussion. And this record was like way faster.
Yeah.
So I had to like beg them to come down to that thing. Like, please, let's come down to this thing. But then at first I made one version. The version was more like peace be unto you kind of version.
Yeah.
It was lovely. Personally, I really loved that version better. But Bado was like, this song is big for him, like way back in school.
Yeah,
They needed this song to like, if not sound exactly, but at least give them a feel of that old record. So I had to like remake another version, which is the one that is out right now. That has the old talking drum.
That record is out.
And that record is one of the most crazy records on the album now.
Bro, every record on the album is crazy. The only record that I don't really repeat as much, I still play, but that I might listen to once, I might not repeat if I'm playing the entire album is Moshe.
Music.
Yeah. He's the only one that I might play once, he plays and I pass, but the rest, please come.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but what's your own favorite record on the album?
I think Reason.
Yeah.
People have been asking me, and I've been saying I don't have a favorite, but over the time, I think Reason. Because I can really relate to the song.
So put it low.
I said,
yeah. How was it when you got the plaque from Turntable? You got like 5 or 4?
Yeah, I got 4.
4?
Yeah, for now. I had more, but I got 4 for now.
You have more?
Yeah, I think I was told I had like 9 plus the mixing and everything, but I took 4 for now. We'll take the rest. I think before December we should have like 15 to 20. By God's grace.
Alright, thanks for putting it up, man.
Thank you, man.
What does it look like for the next? Like, who are you? Any releases that we should anticipate between now and the end of the year?
I don't know. God is the master planner. Just expect more of Magicsticks. Expect to tune in more into the sound, king of sounds and blues.
Who made that? Whose voice was that thing anyway?
A friend of mine.
Is he getting paid now?
You said?
Is he getting paid?
Everybody's getting paid. Bado is always making sure everybody's getting paid.
Bro.
Yeah, you can't be around Bado and not be cool.
No, like the person that made the voice, tune into the king of sounds and blues.
He's getting paid. What I'm saying is you can't be around Bado and not sort everybody around. Like everybody has to.
It's very necessary.
Yeah,
shout out to Bado.
Shout out to Bado.
He's a realist. My brother. Social media handles.
Magicsticks_ on Instagram, Twitter, Magicsticks.
Alright. Reply your DMs, bro. Reply your DMs.
Alright, my brother.
Thanks, man. Yeah.